Okay, picked this one up at the local swap in Monroe recently, and went through it already. A Dentron 160-10L. This is a either 811A or 572B amplifier. From what I gathered on the net, and you know how trustworthy the net is, but anyway, from what I saw or learned, the 160-10L here originally came out with 811A tubes, and it's runs at about 1800 volts, which is, you know, good for 811As. But the 811A is not as sturdy or as rugged as the 572B, and the 572B would do a lot more watts. So just like the little Ameritron, most people put 572Bs in it, and later Dentron put 572Bs in it. And I also read on the net that the Dentron changed the number to it, or instead of 160-10L, they changed it to 160-10M for the 572B version. So anyway, this one has the 572Bs in it, but it doesn't produce the full capability of the 572Bs, because again, it runs on 1800 volts only. There is no high and low tap for the high voltage transformer. It's just got the high voltage only on it, the 1800 volts. And then even over here, SSB and continuous duty, that changes the bias. It doesn't change the high voltage. And we're gonna do a quick look-see in it. And a nice built amp, normal circuitry, nothing special. Solid amp for what it does, you know, basically a kilowatt amp. That's your 4 572Bs tank circuit. Uses a voltage doubler. That's your diode bank, and that's the cap bank. The cap bank has been replaced with modern electrolytics. And if you see the holes down there, that's where the old can caps went. And it's got a really good size plate transformer for a 1 kW amp. Whereas the heat kit, I always said, is undersides. Your RF relay in and out there, and then underneath it, it's hard to see, but underneath that relay is another relay, and that relay is the on-off relay. Over in the front, you got your where's your power switch? Power switch over here, rotary switch, and that switch turns on the relay, that second relay, and the relay turns on the power. So full power is not going through that switch. So I like that. Single meter, you can go from volts or amps. I kind of wish it was a double meter, but then, you know, a lot of amps don't have no meters, or no volts and or no amps. Ooh, getting tongue-tied. We are unplugged and no voltage, so we'll turn it over right quick and show that it's a clean amp. It's not mint, but you know, for a 50-year-old guy there, you know, a lot of them you see used and abused, but this is very clean. You can run it on 110 or 220. Gotta set the camera down so I can lay this thing back down. We were unplugged and it's turned off, a double safety. So we're gonna plug her in. And let her warm up. This one doesn't have an auto keyer. It runs on the foot switch only. And we're on volts. That's the top scale. And again, running about 1800 volts. To really make those 572Bs sing, you want to run about 2800 volts. And the Clipperton, which is the next version of this, it does have the dual tap transformer where it runs about 2800 volts on high and about 1800 on low. So this is basically running like a low voltage to those tubes, so it's not going to really push those tubes running just 1800 to it. And that's sitting. When you key it down, that'll drop to about 1600 volts on it. Again, a foot switch, no auto keyer, no special circuitry or anything with this. Has the ham bands in it, 10 through 80 meters, and tune and load, and not too much on the back. And I guess we'll key down because we're using this little modulator, Mako 75 single tube going into it. And this modulator, we're going to put that on the 200 watt scale on peak, because this modulator going into it does not do a lot of dead key. So I'm dead keying about 2 watts with the modulator. Audio. And I'm talking about 175 or so peak. It's probably only doing about 50, 60 RMS with the going into it. I'm gonna carefully reach over and put it on the 2000 watt scale. And we're gonna hit the foot switch. You can see the voltage drop a little bit when you hit the foot switch because it's pulling a little bit of current in standby. Just a little bit. And hopefully we still tuned up. We're gonna key her down right quick. Audio. Dead keying about 25 and talking to about 1,000. Whistle to a little less than that. Audio. Not putting hardly any current on the current meter with that peak watts going into it. And we're gonna do the volts. Audio volts dropping a little bit, but not much. You know, not putting a lot into it. I think this will do that all day. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up for this one. This Dentron 160-10L, it's not mint, but shoot, for, you know, got a scratch here and there, but for a 50-year-old guy doing what it's supposed to do, I'm happy with it. Again, this was a local swap find. Just bought it a few days ago and going through it already, and I got a Clipperton too, so who knows what I'm going to do with these 572B amplifiers. I like 572Bs. They don't do tons of power, but they're relatively cheap and you can find them. So alright, that's it for this one. Bye.